Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for a Pilates inspired workout. Today we're going to do some ab warm-ups and then we're going to do primarily planks and push-ups today. So if you have any kind of props, I would go grab them really quick. What I have here is a yoga block, a foam roller, a ball, and a Pilates ring. I know a lot of you have that, so if you do, grab it and we'll get started. So when you're ready, you're going to lie on your back. I'm going to lie this way today. If you have a ball and want to use it, you can place that ball in between your thighs. You could even exchange the ball for a yoga block, or you could even use the foam roller. It's just to keep your inner thighs pulling together. If you don't have any of these items, just be mindful that you're not knocking your knees together and you're not splaying them out to the side walls. And if you have any kind of injury, please take the modifications that I provide for you. So what we're going to do is place whatever you've got, ball, yoga block, in between the thighs, lengthen through the spine, and just take a big inhale. Exhale it out. And just get centered and present in your body. One more time, big inhale. And then exhale it out. On our next one, we're going to take our pelvic curl. So take your inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to start to tuck that tailbone, pulling the belly button toward the spine, and we're going to peel up one vertebrae at a time, coming up off that mat. Inhaling at the top. And then exhale, we reverse it. So you're softened through the chest, get the upper vertebrae down, the middle back touches the mat, lower back, sacrum, tailbone, and we release that tuck at the end. Do that again. Inhale, exhale, belly button draws in, and we roll up one vertebrae at a time, coming up into our nice bridge here. Inhaling at the top, exhale, reversing, coming back down nice and slow. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, belly button draws in, and we roll up one vertebrae at a time. Once you get to the top, stay there. You're going to drop your hips about a quarter of the way down and pulse back up for 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do it again. Keep pulling those abs in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath and slowly come back down one vertebrae at a time. Good. Once you are down, lace your fingers together underneath the base of the skull. You can either keep the ball there if you'd like and just work right here as we do our chest lift. If you prefer, you can float your legs to tabletop with the ball, squeezing the ball, or you could take the ball out and you can bring your legs to tabletop one at a time, squeezing those inner thighs together. So that's where I'm going to stay today. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the chest up toward the thighs. Inhaling as you come back down. Good. Exhale to lift. Inhale to come back down. Exhale to lift. Inhaling back down. Making sure you're keeping your knees right over your hips. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Keep going. Exhale. Inhale. Keep pulling the belly button toward the spine. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. You've got 4 more like this. Here's 4. Keep those elbows wide. Neck is long. Here's 3. And 2. Last one. Come on up and hold. Give me those little pulses. Come up higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Now we're going to rotate, bringing your shoulder toward your thigh. Doesn't matter which way you go because we're going to do both sides. Come back to center and we switch sides. Come back to center without dropping your shoulders to the mat and we twist. Come back through center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center, keeping those shoulder blades up off the mat. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. If you're happy here, keep moving right here just like this. If you want to add a little bit more, as you rotate, you're going to extend the leg that you're not rotating towards. Come back through center, we switch sides. And we twist. And center. And twist. And center. We have 6 more here. Here's 6. Breathe. And 5. Bringing that chest up and over. And 4. And 3. Long leg if you're doing that move. 2. Last 1. Come back to center. Give me those pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower down. And then bring legs down one at a time. And then once you're down, you can windshield wiper those legs. You should be feeling a little bit warm in the abs. You're getting ready for our planks. So from here, I'm gonna have you guys come up in a roll up. So extend your legs out in front of you, pull your abs in, reach those arms up overhead, take an inhale, and then we exhale. You're gonna reach up and over, like you're coming up over a big giant beach ball, coming all the way out toward the toes with the fingertips, and then we're gonna lower back down one more time. Let's do that one more. Reach those arms, look toward the belly button, roll it all the way up. And then once you're up, you're gonna roll over, and we start with our planks. So you can do this on your hands, or you can do it on your forearms, whatever works best for you. If you are using your forearms, please don't do the prayer thing. We want to keep the palms facing each other, hands in line with the elbows, or palms facing each other. I'm gonna go up on my hands, but you guys pick what works for you. You want to be in a nice neutral spine here, so we don't want to arch the back. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. We don't do this. And we don't want to do too much rounding, so nice and neutral. So find that neutral spine, belly button pulls in toward the spine, and you're going to step back with one foot, and then make sure those abs are engaged before you bring the other foot up, and we're holding here. So you're just going to breathe here. So you don't want to hang your head like this. So if you're looking at your hands, lift your chin slightly. Your gaze should go like right out in front of your mat, right about here. That'll keep your spine in a nice straight line, and we're just going to hold on here. We're going to keep breathing. You're going to think about pushing the heels back to the wall behind you. That will fire up your calf muscles. You want to squeeze through the glutes and thighs. You want to pull the belly button up toward the spine, but without lifting the hips up like this. And then you're pushing that floor away. You don't want to sink into the shoulders. You want to kind of push away, putting pressure into your fingertips to take some stress off of your wrists. And you're going to breathe. We're going to hold you here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower to the knees. Press back, quick child's pose. How we doing out there? All right, next one. So you have the option to go back and do what we just did, or you're going to add a little bit of movement. So from here, we're going to do shoulder taps. It's just like this. 1 and 2. It's not crazy fast. It's nice and slow. We're working with the breath. So try and stay with me if you can. If this is too much for you, you're just going to hold that plank. So when you're ready, take your inhale, find your abs, exhale, step back to your plank, and hold. Good. Now make sure your hips don't shift side to side as you move the arms. So if you need to take your feet a little wider for a more firm base of support, you can do that. And when you're ready, we tap the right shoulder, hand comes down. Tap the left shoulder, hand comes down. Tap the right and left. Keep moving. One hand tapping, it comes back down, and then we tap with the other, it comes back down. You might move a little bit in the hips, but we don't want to see too much shifting. Keep pulling those abs in. We're going to go 4 more. Here's 4. Keep pulling those abs in. Here's 3, and 2, and 1. Knees come down. Press back into that child's pose. You guys ready for your first set of push-ups? All right, so I'm going to give you a couple different options. So what you're going to do here, regular push-up, hands on the floor, right into that plank position. Pilates push-ups are different. We want to make the elbows go back to the wall behind you, and we push back up. If that's too much, you drop down to your knees. Notice there's a straight line from my knees to my shoulders, and I'm going to do my push-up here. So we don't want to have that booty in the air like this. That's not really a push-up. We want to be in that nice diagonal line, whether you're on your feet or your knees. Another option, if you have it, is the ring. I find this really fun. The flat piece goes on the floor. You'll align your sternum right over it. Once you've got that in position, we don't want to roll back. See what happens here? So you want to keep that flat piece right on the floor. Line the hands up under your shoulders. Find that plank position, and then we do a push-up here. Please don't put all your weight on it. It doesn't do the work. It just gives you a little assist. So hopefully you guys are moving. Take whatever you can here. If you can do 10, do 10, 15. Take a break when you need it, and then come back when you're ready. So do whatever you can. I'm not counting here. This is the honor system. So hopefully you guys are doing these push-ups. I'm going to do a couple more here with my ring. Let's go 5 more, guys. you breathing? When you've done that last one, drop back into that child's pose. Let's take a big child's pose here. So bring the soles of the big toes together. Sorry, not the soles of the feet. Let your knees splay out to the outer edges of your mat. And then set that booty back over your heels and let your belly fall in between the thighs, reaching those hands out in front of you. Take a couple big inhales, a couple big exhales here. And then we're going to move into our side planks. I'm just going to straighten out my mat while you guys are taking that child's pose. Okay, when you are ready, meet me on your side. So to start here, I'm going to give you guys some options. If you want to just move, you can just get right up into your plank if you know what we're doing. If you need a little bit of guidance, we're going to start with our hand on a diagonal line from the shoulder. The top leg is in, the foot is in front of the back leg. So the bottom leg, the foot will be in the back. As you push up into your plank and straighten your legs, notice your shoulder comes right over your elbow and your wrist. Arm will come up. This is your plank. If you want more, you can stack those feet or even lift the top leg. Or if you need a little less, that bottom leg is going to come down to the floor and you're going to work from here. So you're pulling that oblique up toward the ceiling. So when you're ready, take a big inhale. Take whichever version works for you. Exhale, push up into your side plank. And we're holding here. Breathe. How are you guys doing? Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're using that underside oblique. You can either reach that arm up overhead. If you want to look at the fingers, you can. Or that hand can be on your waist. Whatever works for you. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Beautiful job. We're going to switch on over to the other side. It's hard to count when you're out of breath. I'm not used to doing this with you guys. All right. Same thing. The top leg, the foot is in front. Bottom leg, foot is in back. You've got a little bit of a diagonal line from the hand to the shoulder. Take your inhale and then exhale. Push up into your plank, legs straighten, that arm straightens, and the shoulders right over the wrist. And you're breathing. Thank you guys for joining me. Hope everyone's making out okay at home. It's a good time for self-care. And the fact that you're joining me here tells me that you're doing it, taking advantage. Breathe. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Obliques, pull them in. 2, and 1. Lower back down. Beautiful job. All right, from here, we're going to go back to our push-ups. So take whatever version of the push-up works for you, whether you're using the ring, on your knees, or on your feet. All right, when you're ready, we're going to do another 10 to 15. Make sure you're using good form. Make sure you're not dipping your head to the floor. That head, the crown of the head, is reaching toward the wall in front of you. Those elbows are reaching back to the wall behind you. You're in that neutral spine, neutral pelvis, and you're breathing. Good. Dropping to the knees, and then once again, pressing back into that child's pose. From here, going back into our front plank. So we're going to go into, in Pilates, it's called front support, and then we're going to start to lift and lower the legs. So find that plank position, and if this is too much, just hold that plank. Come up into your plank. Nice long spine. Release the right toes, lay them on the mat. Find that right glute, and we're going to lift and lower that leg for 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. How are we doing? 5, 6, 7, 8, breathe. 9, are you squeezing that right glute? And 10, lower the toes, stay there, reset, release the left set of toes, long left leg, find the left glute, and we lift for 10. And 9, breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the toes. Hold there in that plank. Just hang out there for a few breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Exhale it out. One more set. Inhale. And exhale, lower down to the knees, big toes together, knees to the outer edges of the mat, and we push back into that child's pose. All right, and for our last one, what we're going to do is come back to our plank. I hope you guys can see my feet with this camera. I don't know if it's got everything in it. What we're going to do is come up to our plank, and then we're going to start to tap the feet outside, so like toward the outer edge of your mat. So right leg to the outside of the mat, bring it back in. Left foot to the outside of the mat, and bring it back in. And right, and center, and left, and center. Right, and center, left, and center. Keep going, you got 6 more here. 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Come back down, press back once again. And then we're going to add 1 set of push-ups, and then we'll stretch you guys out and get you on your way. So this is it's not a full workout, but it's something that you can combine if you're doing some cardio, if you're getting outside, if you're hiking. You can add this on before or after any other workout that you are doing at home. So our last set of push-ups. Set yourself up. Make sure you're using good form. Find that plank position, and off you go. Elbows are reaching back to the wall behind you. Make sure you're not dipping your head to the floor. You're keeping the crown of your head reaching toward the wall in front of you. And then when you've done that last one, again, drop down, push back into that quick stretch. And then we're going to shift our weight forward. You're going to come up on all fours, hands under your shoulders, knees under hips. And then from here, just going to do a little balance work before we get you on your way. So you're going to reach your right arm and left leg out nice and long. Inhale, bring it back to the floor. Exhale, left arm, right leg. Trying to keep the hips level. So we don't want to turn that hip out. You want to keep the hip bones facing the floor. Come back to the mat on the inhale. Exhale, reaching on the other side. Inhale, back to the mat. Exhale, we lift, reaching the left arm, right leg. Come back to your mat. Right arm, left leg. Back to your mat. And the other side. Make sure you're breathing with this. You're exhaling as you reach. Inhaling to come back to the floor. Exhaling to reach. And inhale back. Great job. From here, just a couple quick cat-cows. So take an inhale. As you exhale, draw the belly button deep in toward the spine. Start tucking that pelvis, rounding through that lumbar spine. Your gaze will go toward your thighs. And then inhale. We come back through our neutral, slight arch in that lower back as you lift the gaze. And again, exhale, belly button draws in. We tuck that tailbone, rounding through the spine. Inhaling through neutral. Find that slight arch, lifting the gaze. And again, exhale, belly button draws in. We tuck the pelvis, rounding through the spine. Inhaling, we come back through center. Finding that slight arch. Good. One more round. Exhale, belly button pulls in. Rounding through that spine. Inhaling, we come back through center. Slight arch in that lower back, lifting the gaze. And then from here, I'm going to have you guys roll over onto your back. You're going to bring your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a little hug. Rock side to side. Taking those arms up overhead, open your arms out to the side walls. You're going to drop your knees to the right, head to the left. Coming back through center, dropping the knees to the left, head to the right. And you guys are all done. So when you're ready, just come back through center, bring your knees in, grab the backs of your thighs, roll yourself up to a seated position. And give yourselves a little hand because you guys did awesome. I'll see you again soon. Have a good day.